Finally getting to work on my friend Jack's pickup truck. The thing that struck me first about this truck was the chop is just on. The proportions are perfect. I love the 5-window look, the little corner windows in the back of the cab. It takes a lot of work to make all that happen. I think the coolest thing about this truck is the fact that it has a complete drivetrain upgrade.
It's a front-wheel drive out of a Cadillac.
All right, I see the steering and
Put in the
everything
back.
here. Basically, the whole front clip of a Cadillac in the back of the pickup truck. This van has gone full custom already. I think it's really cool. I'm thinking it really nice interior, cool paint job, lower it, it's on the road. And the cool factor in all of it is that the bodywork's done. I think if we just give this a quick block sand, maybe a sealer and paint, we're good to go.
No, we're gonna have to cut it up a little bit. I can't leave anything alone. So we're gonna have to take about this much out of the middle. I want the top to be about this high.
Jack threw a total curveball at this project. I was thinking of wild paint schemes, you know, and he's talking about cutting this thing apart. So you want to section the entire body?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good looking truck like it is, man.
I know.
Sure you don't want to just start on another one? This is,
No. This has to be the one. It was chopped 4 inches already, and he liked that, but I had other ideas. I have some drawings here that I kind of scribbled out here.
Oh, yeah. He's showing me all these pictures. He's got these different ideas, you know, he's talking shop, and I'm just trying to hang in there. I still can't get over the fact we're gonna cut apart this awesome truck. This is even crazier, man. I mean, this is a nice, clean-looking, classic kind of chop-top pickup, and you want to build a spaceship.
Of course. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
That's pretty freaking radical, man. That's like a full custom body, then.
Well, it is.
But you don't really change anything mechanical under here. It's just all sheet metal work.
Mechanical work's been done. It needs a little, it's got a few little bugs in it.
I don't mean to seem a little nervous, but I am starting to sweat.
It's hot out, too.
I'm the guy that likes to cut stuff up, likes to freak it out. So Jack's kind of turning the tables here. I thought we were going mellow on this, and he's taking it to a whole new level. I dug this truck from the moment I saw it. I was trying to get it off of Jack. He doesn't seem to have any attachment at all. He's treating this like I treat most cars. They're just raw, blank canvases. Cut them up, change them. There's a few techie things I want to accomplish with removing this sheet metal, but I know we're sectioning this bed. These are about 7-foot-long sheet metal panels. They're gonna be way easy to warp if we don't set it up properly. We want to section it 5.5 inches because the shock towers are that much lower than the stock bed rails. I think if we cut off the top surface, we'll still have this shelf to weld to, so the new panel can come right in and lap just inside the old joint. While Jack's doing the bed sides, I'm going through the nose. I'm gonna try to remove all the panels independently, take one at a time off of the inner structure, because I think that's all we're gonna modify is the inside of the skeleton of this truck.
Air conditioned now.
It's that blow-through design. Keep your toes cool on those hot days. Typical day in the shop, sir.
Yes.
You know how it goes.
Looks great.
Right.
I love it.
A lot of people get nervous, but
No.
you're a welder, man.
I don't think so.
This is getting heavy. Jack doesn't seem to be phased, you know? He's getting into the cutting of this thing, and he's all on board. Jack's seen me complete a lot of vehicles. I'm sure he's completely confident. He's just never seen the process.
Once we start cutting and he got into it, I couldn't keep up with him. He can look at something and see it in his head. I got 1 piece done and you got 5 pieces
I'm
done.
fast, man.
I can see that. So I had to hurry up and cut the other panels. I've been wanting to build this thing ever since I saw the car back in the 60s. I thought it was the most beautiful truck I'd ever seen. And I said, one of these days I'm going to build this thing. You know, it sat around for so long and I'm thinking, well, maybe this will never happen. But now it's happening. You don't see trucks like this running around on the streets, even today.
There's a little bit of a fuss getting these bedsides off. There was a lot of structure in the tailgate area. Helped Jack cut through that with the Sawzall. All of a sudden, there's only half a truck. We're deep. It's a total loss. Call the insurance. Jack, how do you feel now that I just cut your whole truck in half?
I don't know.
Hey,
Look what I got.
what the heck you got
Couple
there?
of models here.
Three-dimensional?
I found these in the attic yesterday.
Jack came in this morning with actual three-dimensional models. You could tell he's been ruminating on this for a while. He's a passionate man. He's building scale models. He's ready to rock. Oh, so this is the Ford pickup, but this is
a
the
Ford.
Dodge.
That's the
starting point.
A100.
Right, okay. But this is the actual show car. And
Right,
something.
and this is, I tried to make this kind of look like,
So this is, in essence, what we're building.
yeah, real close.
Yeah, so I think we're right on the money by cutting all the skin off that
yeah,
we did.
yeah.
That was the thing, you know, looking at those photos, I was always looking at this body line, but this model without the body line, it actually looks pretty darn cool.
Yeah, that's pretty nice, isn't it?
Yeah, this looks tough, man. It's good to see that Jack shares the same passion for this stuff as I do. Because if you saw the scale models and weird stuff that I go through to build my things, it really gives you a feel for the whole vehicle. It's good to know we're on the same page. As soon as we accomplished this radical sectioning, it's starting to look like mini truck style, you know, street truck, super low, pickup. And that inspired me to go with a lowered front end suspension. I got an idea how to pull it off. I just want to see if Jack's on board. So here's what we got. I unbolted everything and I made a couple plates. I don't think we have to take the axle out at all. We can just take both springs off and just flip them, bolt it all up, and then weld the plate right to the axle.
Let it hang on the shocks.
Yeah. It's a million ways to go about lowering this truck. I think we're just gonna take the suspension apart and put it back together upside down.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, he's gonna give your head a cleaning. That's what you get for laying on the floor. One of the hazards of laying down on the floor in this shop is there's somebody at ground level just waiting to attack.
I think we're engaged. I'm not sure. Okay, dog.
It's kind of like a feeding frenzy. You've seen Shark Week, you know how it goes. Once the dog gets the taste, forget it.
Okay, dude. Hit the road.
Here it is. Cool. Once we got the suspension taken apart, we flipped the leaf springs below the axle.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on lowering the vehicle, but Ian insisted on it. So we're gonna see how it looks.
Way lower. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's a total change of attitude.
There it is.
It's been said a million times. Lower the vehicle, it looks a million times different. It's just way better, in my opinion. I like it.
Oh yeah, she's nice.
The next big element is the windshield. Jack's planning on using Lexan, but he's got this other window frame.
It's off of 60 Ford station wagon.
1960?
I knew that's what the other one was, so.
The main reason Jack wants to use this is that the original Diora used the same part. And I agree that that's the best way to build a project is around the glass frame. The problem is this window is way too narrow. See, I gotta come in.
Gotta come in? I'm a inch and a half in.
Yeah, me too.
Original vehicle that it was built off of, the first one, it was a Dodge. This is a Ford. This thing's 3.5 inches wider. If it's too much trouble, why don't we just go with the original?
Don't chicken out now. Come on. This is gonna
I'm
work.
not-
You just need to figure it out. Bottom line is Jack really likes the shape of this, and I think I can make it work.
If it flows properly, that's what you're trying to make it do, flow with the rest of the vehicle. And if it doesn't, if it's interrupted or something, then you change it. Just set that and slide it up in there.
Yeah. I think so.
Now I'm getting nervous.
My idea for the windshield is to use the lower portion of the frame that Jack brought in and made it to the original upper portion of the truck roof.
Ian set it in there. We stood back and looked at it, and it looked right. Perfect, straight. It's gonna come out better than I thought it was gonna come out. Ian used the bottom of the frame that I brought, which I really like, and I think it's gonna flow in real good with the headlights that I found. What do you think of this now? Just for the...
Where the heck did you get those from? You sneaking parts in behind my back, man. Jack's showing up with something from the local junkyard. Could have been on Grandma's Oldsmobile or something, and I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking.
Yeah, I found these out of an '84 Buick, and they were the thinnest rectangular headlights I could find, so I'm just hoping that they work.
I felt like we needed to do a quick mock-up of the front end just to see how they'll look. I think Jack's and my process are very similar in that he's just looking for futuristic shapes. I guess in 1960, 1980 was pretty far in the future. So yeah, I guess he's doing that.
Maybe a little hidden, more hidden. Let's see if it looks, oh yeah, oh that's it.
Right, just shield the top of it.
Like eyebrows.
And then he takes the lights and recesses them, like Frenches them in way back. You don't even have any idea that these are mid-'80s or whatever production lenses. They're just sunken in and it works. So I'm getting the whole look of this nose now. It's all starting to make sense. I just don't understand how you're gonna fit in this thing. What's your plan with that? I can barely even get in the door.
This won't be in the way.
I understand shortening the steering column.
This will be over here.
What do you mean?
We're gonna move this over. You see these sprockets?
Right.
We're gonna build a thing here with a sprocket here with a chain on it.
Jack says he's just gonna move the seat between the fender wells and then reposition the steering. A chain drive, sprocket, steering offset.
Yeah, this will be the other sprocket over here, and a piece of chain around it.
You're looser than me, man. Jack's got a lot of crazy ideas, and I like it. The whole thing here is proportion, so that's really what all this calibrating and whatnot's about, just trying to make the rear wall angle match the A-pillars.
I think it looks perfect. You just start making the surround pieces and weld it in.
So we stick the back wall of this thing in position, just for a mock-up. And the most important thing is somebody gonna fit in here? The back wall is gonna inhibit your shoulder room, and let's see what we're working with in real world measurements. Hop on in there, sir. That thing's tight.
Where's my head? Is it too high?
Yeah.
I sat on the seat and my head stuck up about 4 inches above the roof.
No, I've got the solution. We're gonna make a blade right here, and you're gonna sit into position, and we're gonna take that much off.
Just like I'm
It's gonna fit
getting an
perfect.
autopsy.
Right, it's gonna be perfect. I saw this coming from a mile away, and here we go. Now the challenge of actually getting a human to fit in this vehicle begins.
It's gonna be fun getting out of this thing too. I can see that. Now we're gonna have to take something out of the seat or cut the floor and drop the seat down into the floor so I can sit a little lower, because I don't want to be driving it like this.
I think we're gonna get Jack to fit in this thing. I got a couple ideas, he's got a couple ideas, it's gonna work. Jack's main concern was the angle of this rear window. Once we got that established, the rest was kind of up to me. He had to take off, and I get to get creative. The big challenge in this glass fit-up is that it's a different curve, and it could go wrong pretty easily. I got a couple ideas to make this work. It's just gonna take a bunch of effort. I'm gonna come down from the glass with a piece of sheet metal and then create sort of a shelf that goes into the bed. The original framework that supported the back of the cab is still intact, and I want to attach to that. Well, that's my point of view. I hope he was thinking the same thing. I think it's gonna be all right. The rear of this cab is a major design element in the back view of this vehicle. Jack kind of left it up in the air. We got a lot of loose ends. It's up to me to figure it out. The only way I can describe what these little side panels are gonna look like is similar to what you see in an El Camino. The back glass is kind of recessed in the body, and it's got these exaggerated sort of fin shapes that go down into the bed. I don't think this should have a hard 90-degree angle in here. It's gonna look funny. This nice graceful curve is just gonna lick right around and turn into this little fin thinger. I'm leaving this kind of rough. I want Jack to see it. We can refine it to whatever he thinks looks best. I might be on a completely different path than him. Today's the day. Jack's coming in to check out my sail panels.
Oh, wow. Holy mackerel. I didn't even know he was even getting close to that. But it's beautiful. Oh, man, this is more than I thought it was going to be.
So the big concern I had was this. We can cut these back, but we can't add to them. So I just left them big.
Well, yeah. Well, we have to look at it from the side.
I left these sail panels on the side of the rear window large for a purpose. I wanted Jack to come in, check them out, trim it to the angle.
I would think just a couple inches past the back glass. You know, right about here.
Cool. We can kind of come to this tack weld maybe.
Yeah, about there. That's fine.
It was a relief to see that Jack liked the design of the sail panels. After we trimmed them up, Jack was really into it. He came up with another element he wanted to add.
You know, I was thinking, what if we put a little...
You could put louvers.
No.
Freaking
Just
bubble windows.
put a step in it.
A big crystal.
With the
Oh, bead roll it?
bead roller.
We could do that.
It was plain. I figured, you know, if we put a little step in it, break it up a little bit, and it also give it more strength.
Jack comes up with an idea to put a bead roller on it and then create an embossed pattern. And I think that's going to set it off perfectly. I'm impressed.
We'll weld that together and go from there.
Yeah, I think it's all about having the right crown in the roof skin before we can go any further.
Right.
This roof skin is definitely not going to be used again. Somebody put a big, ugly, mid-1980s motorized glass sunroof in it, and that sucks. I told Jack I have this roof skin sitting in the back lot. Just might work for what we're doing. So this is the semi-permanent collection. Just, you know, I'm always spinning multiple plates at the same time.
Of course.
Got your dune buggy, T-bird, Baja bug.
Oh, yeah, but what do you got over here? What is with this KFC?
It's my chicken bucket. You know, and ask you if you want small, medium, or large.
And you ordered large.
I ordered the large.
Extra large, and this is what you got.
A crane dropped that in the back of the truck. I had to eat the whole thing in one sitting.
Oh, boy.
It was awesome. It was a great...
Your dog helped you, though.
Yeah, it was a great time.
I don't know what the hell he's going to do with that.
With all the stuff I build, I never know what kind of shapes I might need, so I'm always collecting cool stuff. Just like this roof. A guy was cutting a car apart.
And he gave you the roof.
He had a 58 Chevy. It was all rusted, and they were just taking it apart. But
yeah.
You see the roof skin is complete.
You think this is wide enough?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
We need a measuring device.
I think we bring it to the shop. I think this crown, see how crowned the bug roof is?
Yeah.
And then the T-bird roof is more like the Chevy
flatter,
truck. I think
this is right in
it's
between.
like the story of the three bears, right?
Yeah.
This one's just right.
Fine, just right.
Step into the shop and Jack gets busy with the technical stuff. He's measuring, he's thinking, he's considering.
63 from gutter to gutter. 55.
What's up?
That's 63, this is 55.
What? 10 inches difference? My plan was to just nail this roof, and it turns out it might be a lot more work than I thought.
When we brought it in here and set it down on the floor, I looked at it, and the first thing I thought was, this thing's not wide enough.
Well, we could just cut the whole skin off and move it around.
Till it fit, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We just need this skin for a portion of the roof. We still have a lot of leftover stuff. I'm thinking, let's just cut this off, slap it on top, and just see if we can work with it.
The roof is going to be a real challenge. The look of the roof is going to either make or break this truck. So we got to be real careful how it flows. We don't want it to stick up too high, and we don't want it too flat either.
We cut the roof skin out of its frame, put it on top of the rig, and we could see it's definitely short. It's going to need a considerable amount of work.
What if we turned this sideways? You want to turn it sideways just for grins to see?
I knew what side of the roof I wanted to work with, and Jack was picking the other one. So immediately I had trouble. Even though it was wider, I think the flatter contour is going to be better. You know, I've been telling you from the start, if we turned it sideways, would fit a lot better. I don't know how many times I have to tell you. I was surprised when he put it on because it did seem like it would fit better on the overall patchwork, but the contour, I think, still needed improvement.
This might work. Has to work.
It looks pretty good right now, but you know the story of the midnight or the late night girl in the bar who looks pretty good at the first moment's glance. Things could change in the morning. Jack and I are getting the body work done on some of the car, and I think I got an idea that'll make this roof work. I think the roof skin put on regular ways, not sideways, is gonna work.
You think so?
Well, let me cut this
Well, we'll
back.
try it and
Because
see.
look at this. If we use this, you know, these are original cut lines. They still match up.
Right.
So if we use
Cut
this
this
portion,
in here up to get around the curve and
you're
then
reading,
this overlap.
you're reading my mind, man. See, I don't have to tell you. The best way to go forward on this is to turn the roof back to its original orientation and then patch in all the sides with the original one from the truck.
And then we might have to work the metal around like this to make it fit. I'm not sure yet. We don't know what's going to happen.
The whole thing with fitting up this roof was simply to delete the sunroof. So I cut everything away from the original roof that we're gonna use, that being the four corners, basically, these compound curves, and attaching it to the new skin and just making sure it's all lined up. Just to show you, Chevy and the Ford can get along sometimes. In the end, it's a bunch more work than if we put it on sideways. Jack was just trying to help streamline the process, but I think this little bit of extra effort is gonna make the thing look way better.
Yeah, so it's a little bit low right here. We'll just have that much filler. That way we can lap on top.
It's not bad at all. This is important because if this roof doesn't look right, the whole truck isn't going to look right. So we don't want it to look like it's got a crew cut. And we don't want it to look bulbous. So it's got to fit somewhere in between.
All right, man, we're ready for the back portion. Trickiest part in the whole roof is the way the rear of it matches up with the rear window and the sail panels. This is a really big design element as well as a structural component. It's right at eye level. Everybody's looking at it, so it's got to count. Is that gonna work?
No.
What? That's it, we just cut this roof back again. You know?
Take some more
Take
off.
some
You
more,
just
because
keep going
I think you
till
want
it
to come in
lines
at least 2 inches, right?
up. Yeah, at least.
Yeah, because that looks pretty parallel. We'll come in 2 inches, and then we'll just come straight up from here.
If the back window and the rear of the roof doesn't look right, it just kills the whole project.
Our envisioning board. So I think that works like that, eh?
Sure.
The rear center of the roof is the simple part. You take a piece of sheet metal and put it in the slip roller, set it up to the contour I need, and attach it. It's gonna be getting these corners patched in that's the challenge. So that's cool and all, but I'm just having trouble seeing how all of this is gonna come together. And before we go any further, let me just show you one thing I was thinking. I was thinking about how to make this back wall come into the back glass convincingly. Pitched Jack this idea about having kind of a rear overhang, frame it out with some round tube.
So this piece here would be out here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're hiding where the glass sits. It's a total little shroud.
First, I didn't think it was a good idea. But then when I saw it, I said, yeah, it was perfect because he saw something I didn't see. That's a great idea because I think that it gives it a transition here, a point here.
I think I won Jack over with my design of the roof and rear wall. He's really stepping back from the harsh design critic, and he went for it.
Does that make enough room for the third brake light? When that swoops
Third
out,
brake
that-
light possibilities are infinite with this design. I got the pep talk completed with Jack. All the pieces are in place. All I gotta do is build it. Putting this roof back together was a lot of extra work. If this thing didn't have a sunroof, it would have been a different story entirely. Now it's all about making the rear of this roof come together.
Yeah, I think your idea with the tubes is perfect.
I'm glad that Jack liked the idea for the round tube surround because I knew it would tie the whole design together.
That's nice.
Not only did this round tube in the rear of the roof add the structure that we needed to attach to, by following that all the way around through the drip rails, it shaved them off and just helped the whole thing fit together. Take a look. Tell me what's wrong.
Nothing's wrong.
What?
Just keep doing what you're doing. I like what you did with the window. It's beautiful.
I'm feeling pretty good with the rear of the roof, and then Jack shows me these taillights he wants to use. These are freaking massive taillights. What the heck are they out of? I've never seen anything like it.
It's 70 Chrysler. I found them at the junkyard. He looked at me, what the hell is this? And I said, well, we're gonna try this. We're gonna put these two together and see if they fit on the truck.
You know, these taillights are quite a bit different than what you had. I thought we were just gonna like hole saw and put the other ones back in.
No, you gotta.
So you're switching up the whole bill on the back of the truck too, I see.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like how I am.
This kind of changes everything. I don't know where he's going with this, but we're gonna have to figure it out. We're making some pretty good progress on the front of the truck, and then Jack shows me these giant taillights he wants to use. This is kind of dicey. Wanting to use these taillights requires cutting through the structure of the bedsides we just spent so much time to strengthen and make straight. My initial conversation with Jack, we talked about having the taillights flush with the rear of the panel. I made all the cuts, put them in place, and I just wasn't sure. Just having a tough time envisioning how these things are gonna fit in here. As soon as I mock up these taillights, I could see they're physically wider than the rear of the truck, so it's a problem. I have an idea. It's different than what Jack had mentioned, but I think it could be way better. Yeah, I think that will work. In simplest terms, it's a French taillight. It's a 5-foot wide French taillight. Why not? I don't know where the term came from, but when you talk about custom cars, a French headlight or taillight means it's sunken in, it's recessed in the body panel. The cool factor with setting up the taillight like this is that it already mimics the front headlights. The downside is it's quite a bit of work. Jack's not here, so I'm just gonna go for it. I dig it. I am on the right path. I just hope Jack responds.
Whoa.
Hey.
Whoa.
What do you think? Is that gonna work?
Wow. So I take off for a day or two and look what happens. This is beautiful. Wow. There's only one thing wrong.
What's that?
It's upside down. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. I put it in the other
I'm
way,
just
and it's like,
pulling-
wait a second.
No,
it looks like a
this is-
smiley mouth.
No, this is perfect. Man, that's better than I ever thought it would look.
Good answer. Because we weren't gonna do it different.
Huh?
Nothing?
But when I walked in and looked at them, I was shocked. I thought it was going to be good, but it's spectacular. I'm elated. I can't believe that in 3 weeks we've gotten this far. Beautiful. Jesus.
The camera doesn't come out until Jack's happy with it. Once that digital camera's on the scene, you know we're on the right path. We are both on the same page with all the fabrication elements of this project, but the critical thing is the paint detail. We're doing something really far out, and we both have a difference of opinions on what color it should be.
This color here, that's sunset orange. I've got this idea for this color. Looks like a sunset. I went and bought a gallon of that, and that's the color we're going to use. This got a lot of metallic in it, a lot of fine metallic.
I think you're gonna have to add something. It's like almost a production car color. You need something to make it pop. I'm not really digging this color. You see, every day on modern cars, I'm gonna try to push Jack to do something a little different. What's the whole deal with this? It's just one color? Just
Yeah, that's what I
all
was
the way
thinking.
through? Well, what about airbrushing like a cartoon character on the back with like a little statement, you know, like Tweety Bird or a Betty Boop? You could paint it right next to your third brake light.
Well, I was thinking airbrushing the third brake light.
Yeah, that's a good
that would
idea.
even be better. I think the paint will make or break the truck. It's my truck, so we'll come to a happy medium there somewhere.
Jack and I are putting the paint on hold for now. I'm gonna finish up this taillight, but I got some even cooler ideas for the doors.
I walked by the back of the truck and I saw the taillights. Boy, they looked great. And then as I walked around the corner, I seen he was working on the doors. And I thought, what the hell's he doing now?
Sorry, I was in the zone.
What are you building here? What's going on?
We had, you know, the two doors had nothing holding them in place, so I was gonna start body working and doing the door gaps, and I realized there's no hinges or latches anymore. When we section the body, we cut them out.
Uh-huh.
So I got to thinking about it, and I think suicide doors, suicide hinges are the best way to go.
That's an awful lot of work, though. Jesus.
Well, they're already done. I already built them. Look,
You
they're
got
right
the
in
other
here.
side finished?
Yeah, both sides are in. I'm just working on the last latch.
Don't you
right
ever
here.
sleep?
Sometimes.
I called Ian a robot because every time I show up here, he's done more than I thought he was going to do. How the hell did he do all that in this amount of time?
I just took the stock
yeah, look at
striker
this.
and I set it in. I got a little pilot hole just for now so he can open the thing, but all the stock parts go right
Sure.
back in. Suicide doors are very simple to explain. They open backwards. But what I did was I took these two super heavy-duty gate hinges and I mounted them in parallel. There's one on top of the other, very close together, super compact and super strong. Watch your fingers. Whoosh.
This is unbelievable, man. I never expected this. Really good.
What are you thinking on each side of this? You gonna try to filler this and then cover these vents or something?
Well, you know what I was thinking, come around with it. Since I had this new gauge, I didn't need the old dash the way it was.
This is a very flat, utilitarian-looking dashboard. Jack's got a great idea to finish off each side of the center pod. I'm gonna curve some sheet metal in the slip roller and set it in place. So something like this.
Oh yeah, that looks good. But you know something? I'm looking at this thing, and I don't know how you're gonna take this, but
You wanna redo the whole dash?
no. The hump, it's too high.
At first, when we set this thing in place on the dashboard, Jack's like, I don't like it. I was thinking he wanted to go in a whole different direction, but he just wanted to tailor it a little more.
Just drop this down about 2 inches.
So you mean just bring it down right to the peak of that dome right there?
yeah.
Okay, I think we can just cut a hole right through the dashboard.
Yeah,
Okay.
the high spot there, and set that down in there. I think it'd look a lot better.
That works for me. You live with that?
Oh, that's it. That's beautiful. That's much better. Really, I have to come clean. How I got inspired, I saw some guy do this on TV. He had a dog dish,
Yeah. You want to revert to the stainless steel model?
but the poor dog, you keep traumatizing the dog. You keep taking his dog dish away.
But he gets a fresh one each time. Jack's gonna finish up these dash pieces, and I'm gonna finish up on these door body lines, get it in primer. Really pushed Jack into this design of deleting the body lines in the door, and I'm really excited to see what he thinks about it.
Boy, that looks pretty good.
Everything
Looks
is
great.
simple.
You got this line goes into here. This goes around the back, same height as the back glass. This goes into the windshield in the front. The critics will love it. Ian saved the day by putting that piece of metal in the door. I think it was a very good call.
The whole thing is you don't want the vehicle to look like it's in a bunch of different pieces. But if we can pull it together, it's gonna be convincing. That's what makes a cool car. There's still one problem, man. We got a big hole in the back of this thing. What do you want to do about the bed? I know you're talking about a tonneau cover or something.
Yeah. We'll make it tubing, rectangular tubing.
Okay.
And then she'll lift up, and I'll skin it with some aluminum and cover it with vinyl, black vinyl.
Okay.
It'll be fine. Just like a hood on a car. You ride around without a hood, it looks terrible. So I'm going to make a tonneau cover. The only problem we're going to have is letting out the heat.
From the start, we knew that this engine was going to have to get air into the carburetor and then heat out of the engine. So this tonneau cover is going to block off any airflow. That's a problem. Well, I got a couple big pieces of pipe. Maybe I'll mess around with that if you want to lay out some stuff here and just start cutting.
Sure.
There's a million ways to skin a cat. We're going to use some kind of a vent in this tonneau cover. I'm not sure how it'll work out, but it definitely needs holes to breathe. Before we get started on the ventilation, I need to build out the frame. This is a simple design, but making any round shape out of square material is a challenge. So we're gonna make these two rounded corners out of some 1/2x1/2 stock and just kind of mock up like a truss shape for each corner to keep it strong. These lifts we're gonna use put a lot of stress on it, so I'm trying to do the simplest, most lightweight design, but as strong as possible. We're gonna put aluminum over the top of this thing, so that adds a bit of weight. And the idea is, just like with the door skins, you don't want it to look like it's concave, like it's falling
sagging
apart, right? So at least that, with weight on it, I mean, that's, I don't know how much weight, but then that's perfectly flat. It's pretty hard to press. Jack's unsure as how he may finish this off upholstery-wise. We're gonna sheet it with aluminum so that it's lightweight. We're just gonna put in a series of panels, and however he finishes it is up to him. I got this hinge from industrial metal, steel, heavy duty. That's gonna run the length of the front of this cover to allow it to hinge up and down. Jack left to the store to get the final pieces for this cover. I got this frame fabbed out, so we should be good to go.
Ian, I got the gas shocks.
Hey, perfect timing. I got this hinge in.
Beautiful.
This will lift up just like that. And then
That's neat.
you got two gas struts.
Yeah, two gas shocks. We can put them here somewhere.
Perfect. If you've seen any tonneau cover on a pickup truck, you see they have these pressurized rams, these little lifts that hold it up. We're gonna use the same detail.
I went to the auto parts store to get a couple of gas shocks, and the guy behind the counter says, well, what kind of a truck is it? Well, there isn't exactly part numbers for this vehicle, so he gave me what he had.
Follow general instructions on back of pouch. They're the instructions to tell you to use the instructions.
Special remove installation instructions.
You speak Spanglish?
Spanglish.
French? Russian? No. Swahili. The thing lifts smoothly, it stops in a good position, and it doesn't slam shut. It falls down nice and even, and that's what we needed, the proper piece for the job.
It was a couple of tries, and we finally got the right ones. I'm looking forward to see what the whole tonneau cover looks like when it's finished. Sure really makes it look clean, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the
Fills
whole,
that hole up.
that's the whole look, yeah. Yeah, so this last trim, I'll just cut out these holes so the air will vent out, and we'll just be ready for upholstery, man. Putting holes in the body panel is a pretty big style choice. Jack came up with these 3 slots that he feels will be enough airflow. I'm not so sure. But either way, we're gonna go ahead and just blank out a few holes for the air to move through. Aha! So we set up the bracing and cut the holes, and they just look like 3 rectangular slots, 3 big holes in the truck. I'm thinking it's gonna need some kind of a finishing detail. This looks kind of like a toaster. Looks like just three slices of bread are gonna pop out of there.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
I think I got this perforated metal. It'll be perfect for it. I got a bunch of perforated steel sheet. Just gonna try to convince Jack to use one of those. So I got this stuff I used in the grill of another car. That's a pretty clean look.
Oh, that's neat, yeah.
And then the standard round hole punch stuff.
He brought out some expanded metal that he has, and we looked at that, and it's nice, but it wasn't it. What about louvers? Set it right.
3 panels like this.
Panels
and a row of
about that
louvers.
size, but punch louvers down the middle and set it on there.
Yeah, I think louvered metal panels would be way cooler than just some grill
Some
or
holes in
screen or
there.
something. Yeah, for sure. In hashing out the final idea on what's going to cover these holes, Jack loves the idea of louvers. The whole thing is, where do you get them? Well, I know a guy. He's got a louver press. I'm not exactly sure the dimensions, but I've seen them all over the place. We could maybe just bring 3 pieces of metal.
I kind of like the louver idea best.
All right. Well, he's kind of a hard dude to get, but if he's willing to do it, I think that would be our best choice. This body is 99% block sanded. We gotta come up with a paint scheme, because that's the last bit of fab on the whole rig. Let's just spray out a bunch of panels with the different color choices we have and see what we can come up with, because the paint is obviously the last critical decision.
Oh, yeah.
Jack's really convinced he wants to use this red color. I'm not so sure. I'm gonna try to bring some other element into it, make it a little different. So these are our 3 starting choices. I got this chop top silver I painted a few cars with. Look at that, it's hot.
Beautiful.
So I was thinking, obviously with a gray or a white or a silver base coat, each color is gonna look different.
Right.
You have your definite base coat color. You can't really tint that, but I can tint this other Eastwood product with the silver. So I'm gonna lay out yours with a silver and white base coat sample. Then I'm gonna lay out that straight over silver and white, and then I'm gonna just progressively silverize
Add
this
silver to
and
it
see what
until
that
it
does.
comes-
We'll have like 4 or 5,
Yeah.
6 different shades.
That'll work.
All of this is really prep work for where I wanna go with the paint job. I just gotta convince Jack. Now the secret weapon. You know, I love this stuff, man. I know it's a little bit not in your time frame, but I'm a glutton for this stuff.
You put a little flake on it. It just doesn't fit. This is a truck, though.
You see the way I'm working here? This is like a top chefs. I wanted to go metal flake, a bunch of crazy details. Jack's a little more mature than me.
Yeah, thanks.
Tractor beam. Look at it, it's
Yeah,
going.
look at this. The God rays are coming. Look at.
He wants to see the flake, man.
Oh yeah, he's pointing towards the
Divine
flake.
intervention.
Oh,
I
no.
knew it as soon as I put that pinch
Oh
on there.
man.
The sun came through the roof, got a cool little spotlight on it, and I'm digging the flake. I'm just not sure about the red. I don't know, I'm really liking the darkest brown. Well, I think those are our final 2, man.
Yeah, but this is it here. Forget that stuff.
Come on.
I know Ian doesn't like it, but I still like the red paint by itself. The gold flake was just a little too much for me.
Oh man, that flake is awesome. Gold
Killing
is
me.
exactly what it needs.
They're killing me on a truck. You don't do that on a
bitchin'.
truck.
We're going with Jack's red color, but I'm not giving up on spicing up this paintwork just yet. I can't wait to see that flake on the whole truck, man. It's gonna be
They're
bitchin'.
killing me. Oh.
It's gonna be hot. My idea was to pull a quickie and get a little inspiration for the paintwork. Jack and I are having trouble deciding. This guy's got an awesome history of painting, wonderful, amazing paint jobs. Did you chop yours or not?
No,
It's just
it's not chopped.
sectioned in the front too.
Yeah, section only 4 inches.
Okay.
See, I pulled 4 inches out of here, only back to this portion. You see, my Pacifica, I built for Ford back in '62 and '3, and it was in the Ford Custom Car Caravan, went all over U.S.
I was trying to get some inspiration from Gene for the paint, you know, talking about paint schemes and whatever.
What color is he gonna paint it?
That's what we've been debating. I wanted to do some kind of heavy metal flake, and he says you do not flake a pickup truck. He said, ask Gene, you don't put metal flake on a pickup truck.
If I was painting it naturally, I'd put a Winfield blend on it. When I painted a car, I paint until I like it. If it takes me 3 hours or 3 days or 3 weeks, doesn't matter. I paint until I like it. Sometimes I'll paint the whole side of a car and I don't like it. I'll repaint it and repaint it as I go. And I create a piece of art with each and every paint job.
Gene gave me some cool tips on the paintwork, and he also had some ideas for the louvers.
Make these 2 outer rows longer And the way it's made underneath, it'll be easy to rebrace it and leave the center row the way it is. I'm interested in giving it a little more airflow. So I think it needs to get more heat out of there.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, well, get your aluminum out and let's get over and start getting ready to do some louvering.
Sounds good. I've been up here to Winfield's a few times, mostly for his car show in the fall, and each time he's got an amazing array of custom projects. There's always something new. It's just cool to look around.
I started very early. I started my first shop in late '46, and I've been going ever since, and I just keep going because I love it. I like to create things. I like to make things different. Every vehicle is a challenge, a little bit of a challenge, and I like to jump in there and make it happen. First louver is very critical. I have to pull it down very slow with my hand to get it so it doesn't punch accidentally. And then I line up the center line. Punch that first one right now. Original louvers were done in an oak block. They were done on all the midget race cars years ago. The small midget race cars, they had louvers all through the hood. My louver is the only louver that I know of in the world that has a peak in the center. It has a slight peak.
I know, that's what I thought was so cool about it. It looks like not like you see on your typical stuff.
I'm surprised nobody's ever copied that. All other louvers in the world, they're flat on top. I put a slight peak in my louver to design it, and when I put it on a curved hood, the rows of louvers look better because of the peak in there. Okay, there we go, 19 of them.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what we needed.
All right. I hope that I was able to teach Ian a few things today while he was here, and every time he comes here, I want to teach him some new things. That's what I like to do. I like to carry it on.
Perfect, man. Totally better than their simple screen or whatever we were talking about.
Yeah,
The Louvers
yeah,
did
that's
it.
gonna
I
work
appreciate
great.
it. Gene's the man. He handled this louver job perfectly, gave me a ton of inspiration for the paint job. I thanked him again and again, and I'm on the road. I'm gonna get this thing painted. All the way back from Gene's, just thinking about the paint scheme, I was looking at his truck. That thing is dynamite. It really got me inspired. I told Jack I was just gonna put a sealer coat on the truck, but I went for it. I painted the whole thing. Aha!
I thought you were just gonna seal it yesterday. I walk in today and it's already painted. And I'm thinking, what the hell's going on here? Did I miss a day or something?
I got inspired after seeing Gene's truck, and I just had to go into the color. I had to see this thing painted.
I think we picked the right color, don't you?
I don't know, man. I'm having trouble with it. When I saw it in the can, I was a little like, and then when I sprayed it on the truck, I was a little more like.
When I first saw it, I was very happy with it, but Ian wasn't. He said, we can do more with this thing. What do you think it needs, Ian?
I got plenty of gold metal flake.
No,
You can just spray
no, metal
flake
flake.
line.
No.
Why do you shudder every time?
God, that stuff. Here he goes again. Just adding a little more to what's already good.
My whole issue, even though I'm not a big fan of the color overall, it kind of made the truck just look bland. Well, this is what I was thinking. The way that Gene's truck looked so cool, he had that fade, like the silver pearl fade in the paint.
Yeah.
Something about the sides are so bland. It needs something in the side panels. This monotone is just too mono. It needs more. It needs something to break it up. That's what the old body line did, and now that we deleted that, it just, slab side is nice, but I think it needs something to complement it. I think I'm gonna have to take a lot from my talk with Gene on this, because he says he keeps going with a paint job until he's happy with it. So I just started. I'm gonna keep going until I'm happy with it. All I have to do is convince Jack, we need more, we need better. It's the bottom line. And I think if I just do some kind of cool paint effect on the lower third of it, I pitched Jack some of my ideas.
Whatever you want to do is fine with me.
Cool. He agreed it needed some other element, and he even had ideas for the cab. I get you, right, so
The door here and about 3 or 4 inches across the bottom.
your openings would match again.
Exactly.
You have a really
Everything-
awesome
everything
black
would line
detail.
up.
Just like the fabrication part of this, Jack has his vision.
When Ian just said he wanted to do it, I was all for it. Here, take it and go with it. I think Gene lit the fire. That's what happened. He started thinking about it. That's what makes a great customizer and an average customizer. That one extra step.
I was unsure as to what to do to break up this body line. Seems like a perfect choice with this detail around the windows, but you never know until you spray it, unfortunately. We're really in a good place with this. You know, I knew I could nail this fabrication. I know Jack's got the upholstery. The wild card here is the paint job. I really hope that Jack likes this. You know, we've worked through every other challenge so far. This paint color has been our biggest debate yet, so hopefully this is the right choice. I don't have the experience with paint that I do with metal. You know I could pull some stuff off fabrication-wise, but still, the color and the way the pigments blend, I'm still in the infancy of this whole painters thing, you know? It could go wrong. It could go real wrong. It's been a long haul, but I got this truck painted. Gene Winfield really inspired the paint job on this. I'm not saying it rivals any of his fades, but it's pretty mellow. It's just the red gradually fades to black right into the rocker panels. And Jack actually wanted to have the window surrounds blacked out as well as the sail panels. By just pushing it this next little bit, it really added to the whole overall look. I really just want to see this thing out of the shop and driving and then surprise Jack with it.
Ian wanted to surprise me with that fadeaway, and let me tell you, he sure did. It really looks good.
Jack was digging it. Right out of his pocket, first thing is his camera, so I know I'm on a good run here. It's been the story through the whole build is that if he starts taking pictures, you know you hit the mark.
For years, I'd been thinking about this truck. After he painted it, I couldn't believe it. All those little extra things that Ian pushed for have turned out to be perfect.
It's hard to describe what the inspiration for this rear roof would be. It's kind of like El Camino meets spaceship or something, but it fits in with the overall look of the truck perfectly.
The taillights, I love the way they came out. My vision was to have it even. And then when he moved them in and Frenched them in, they looked twice as good.
For me, the best part about this is that crazy transformation. I thought it was good looking as it was. This thing is low, it's sleek, it's high fashion. It's a total show car. Sometimes you see a show car on a rotisserie. It spins around in all directions so you can see it from every angle. So I was doing the same thing in the park because this thing's a runner. I was spinning around, driving in circles.
And I was shooting a video with my camera and I decided, wait a minute, I want to drive this thing too.
So enough is enough. You know, he's the car owner. Unfortunately, it's time for me to hand over the wheel.
But he got out and we switched. I drove it around a couple times to have a little fun. I was surprised how nice it rode.
I guess having the engine in the back kind of changes the dynamic of the front suspension. It drives great. It's like a freaking mutant Cadillac.
It's been fun, it's been inspiring. It was great working with Ian. The fun of doing this is you have to figure all these things out, how to make this work, how to make that fit, and that's the challenge. Once you stand back and look at it and say, that works, you feel great.
It's a ton of work, but each time you see the end result, you kind of forget all that and just look forward to the next.